guys? Jeff from High PSI TV. Today we are going to do a review of the Banks Derringer L5P. This is Martin's truck, a guy that I work with up here at RPM Motorsports, and we put the Derringer on this truck about a month ago, and I asked him to drive it around and give me an honest opinion of what he thought of the Derringer installed on this truck. So they don't make a full delete for this yet. Banks is the first one to come out with some sort of tune for it. Martin was lucky enough to get one of the first ones that they produced, and we put it on the truck and he's been driving it. So I'm gonna hop in this thing real quick and take it down the road and tell you what I think. All right, so leaving our development here, I'll tell you what Martin has told me about his driving experience with the Derringer. Martin doesn't drive this truck a whole lot, so if he ever tows anything, it's either a small four-wheeler or a heavy bobcat. What he told me is that he's been picking up about 1.5 miles to the gallon driving around the city, 2 miles to the gallon on the highway. He went to the beach, which is about a 3-hour ride, a couple weekends ago, picked up an average of 2 miles per gallon on that trip. So what he says he notices the most is in third and fourth gear, how hard the truck pulls, which with the Derringer, that's when they start giving you the power and torque. So first and second gear, they don't give you a lot. Third and fourth is when the power starts coming in, and that's when you really start to feel it. So since I've done Martin's, we've installed 4 more at RPM Motorsports. I'll put a link in the description below to our website and a link to this product. If you need anything from Banks, be sure you contact us. So we're gonna get out on the main road here, and I'm gonna hammer down and see what it feels like. Okay, so from a dead standstill up to 80 miles an hour, the truck feels really strong. You can definitely tell that it does have more power in third and fourth gear. Now, I'm used to deleting the older trucks, and when you delete those and we usually use H&S tuning, you pick up a lot of power down low and up top. So I'm used to driving those trucks around. I've been deleting those for years, and I would say this is pretty comparable without doing a DPF or CAT delete. So this truck also has the S&B Cold Air on it. Now I'm gonna ruin Martin's gas mileage a little bit. I'll roll at about 40 miles an hour and get down on it like you were entering a highway. Again, it's pretty strong. For a truck that weighs probably right at 7,000 pounds, this thing will get out of its own way pretty good. And I'm guessing when you're towing that you're going to notice a big difference in torque as well, not having to give it as much throttle to get your heavy weight moving. So I'm going to turn this thing around, get back to the shop, and we'll talk to Martin real quick about what he thinks about it. All right, so this is Martin's fuel economy in the last 50 miles. Best of 22.3 and an average of 15.7. This truck's also been this truck has been leveled with a Cognito leveling kit, and it's got 35-inch tires on it as well. So a little bit more rotating weight, a little bit higher up in the air. All right, so quick little test drive, and I just want to give you guys some information. This truck with the S&B Cold Air and the Banks Derringer is supposed to pick up about 80 horsepower to the wheels, and I'm gonna say that's pretty accurate. After driving a stock one and a modified one, you can definitely tell a difference in the seat of your pants. Now, I have not put either truck on the dyno, but I've seen other people do tests where they have, and 80 horsepower is what you pick up with the Cold Air and the Derringer. The Derringer by itself, you see about 60 to the wheels. So for a $300 Cold Air and a $475 tuner, you can pick up 80 horsepower to the wheels, which for a diesel truck, I think is pretty impressive. Most of the cars that we tune here at RPM, you're gonna be $500 to $1,200 to tune. And without supporting mods, you're not going to get 80 horsepower to the wheels. All in all, I give the Banks Derringer and S&B a big thumbs up. I think it's totally worth doing. If you guys have any questions, you can contact Martin at RPM Motorsports. I will put our phone number and a link to our website and a link to these products in the description below. I want to thank you guys for watching, and we'll see you next time.